I'd love to know, is there a Darren Aronofsky character from one of your past films? You are just, as a storyteller, you're curious to know how things ended up for them after we left them at the end of the movie.
I love this question, though.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Mr. Aronofsky, good to see you again, sir.
You look a little bit like Lex Luthor.
I feel like you look more like Lex Luthor than I do.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about the hair. You kind of look like supervillain in your lair right now.
I don't know how to tell. The funny thing is, it's the Air and Water show in Chicago, so the whole time we're talking, like jets are going to be flying back and forth the whole time.
Exactly. Nice to see you,
man,
brother.
I fucking love this movie. Thank you for taking the time, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I love that the movie takes place in 1998. I feel like it just adds just a really interesting, very cool element. But I love that that's also the year that Pi came out, which means somewhere out there in Caught Stealing, there is a young Darren Aronofsky whose life is about to change. So I was wondering, if the camera were to break off of Hank and go find Darren in 1998, what would you be doing during the events of Caught Stealing?
There are Easter eggs in the film. That's all I'm going to say.
Come on. Give me one. Give me one.
There's pie stickers and pie stencils all over the place. And for whoever figures out the exact number of pie stickers in the movie and DMs me the right answer, we're going to give you a fully signed script. I'm just making up a gift. But every actor in the movie will sign a script for you and it will go to you.
Are you serious?
I'm throwing it out right now. But yes, just because you brought up. But yes, there's many Easter eggs. That's one of them. There's a lot of pies in there. So count the pie stickers.
Am I the first person to bring up the pie connection?
Well, I mean, people have mentioned that 98 was an important year, but not that you're the first one to ask, like, is there any like thing in there that references the actual making of pie?
Oh, that's cool, dude. That's awesome. I'm gonna geek out for a second. You have some drone shots in this movie that literally had me cheering in my seat in the theater. They're just unbelievably cool. And I know drones can be such a unique tool for a filmmaker. Are there any moments from any of your past films throughout your career where, looking back, you think, if I had had access to a drone, I might have shot that differently?
Well, absolutely. Look, I think drones completely are amazing in that they have changed the way you can do anything, right? But they're often like abused, and they just are like aerial shots that look great and expensive. But because of that, I think audiences are kind of numb to them. So I was only interested in using it if it was going to be something that hasn't been done before. So we had a drone flying over that car chase scene that you're talking about the whole time. I didn't use the shot once because all it is just an aerial drone shot. But while we were there, I was like, you know what? I don't think we're quite permitted for this, but let's just freaking do it.
The shot that I'm thinking about?
Yeah. And the drone operator, we just stole it. And I think the Parks Department was cool, but it was like, that's not that cool. I mean, it's a steel sculpture, so nothing's going to go wrong, but still. And that's how we use it. And then of course, when we were in those buildings for that chase scene, when, the canyon, I just looked over and I was like, oh, this is a great shot. So I'm open to using drones, but I would only use them in ways that are like origin, something that really uses that tool in the right way. The answer is yes, absolutely. I would have. There's a million ways I would have used it, but I would have to rethink it, and probably would change the whole kind of design language of the film if that was a tool. It just wasn't a tool.
For sure. Well, you'd use it beautifully in this one. Without getting into spoilers, for the characters who miraculously survive this story, and there are not a lot of them, I will say that I was left kind of wondering, what happens next? I want to know where their story goes after we cut to black and go to credits. I'd love to know, is there a Darren Aronofsky character from one of your past films? You are just, as a storyteller, you're curious to know how things ended up for them after we left them at the end of the movie.
Well, clearly, you're not an Aronofsky fan, because every single one of my lead characters dies at the end of their movie. Except for maybe Max Cohen in Pi and Noah. But I would have killed Noah because it's a better story, but the Bible said he lives.
Jared is left in the hospital.
I guess Jared's still alive, you're right. That's true. He's got one arm. And it's true. You're right. I'm sorry. Jared, Marlon, and Jennifer are all alive. And Ellen is too.
So can I have you retract that, me not being an Aronofsky fan?
Gosh, is there a good character that I would pick up? I mean, are you asking who I would want to make another film?
No, not necessarily like a sequel, but just one that you are left thinking about, like, and I guess maybe just do you think about your characters and where they go when the story stops?
You know, I mean, so many people wanted Mickey to be alive, even though like it was so obvious that, to me at least, that it was over. But so many people wanted him to live because it broke their heart, that guy. And I have thought, I was like, what would happen? And nothing good would have happened to his character anyway. So, you know, I think the guy who survives Requiem the most is Tyrone, Marlon's character, who's, you know, he just has to recover, but he's fully intact. And so, and probably is going to get off the junk because he's in jail. So he probably had a story that I'd be curious about. I do wonder about that character. I love this question though. Pi, not really. Requiem, you know, yeah. Anyway.
You know what I love? Darren Aronofsky. I love your films. I've got 1,000 more questions for you, man, but they're pulling me out of here. And I am an Aronofsky fan, sir, and I really do appreciate your time.
Thank you, Lex.
Good to see you, buddy.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.